Cool, cool, cool. Um, what is your shirt?
What is my shirt? This is my shirt.
I'd like to begin this documentation by saying that that's what this is. This show isn't for anybody. Just in case this gets eyes on it, I
Yes.
would just like people to know our intention, which is literally just we are two friends of differing age that teach each other a lot of stuff
A lot of
about
stuff.
our perspective on the world. And we figure, maybe other strangers would like to learn something from two other strangers. And we invite you into the conversation. It's
Absolutely.
legal home invasion,
There you go.
is really what it is.
There you go.
We don't know you, but welcome in. I mean, technically, that's what I'm doing here.
I keep thinking of whatever it is that makes like cave people draw pictures on the insides of French caves, right?
Sure.
They got there years and years and years ago, and thousands and hundreds of thousands, and they drew these animals.
Hmm.
Why?
Tell stories.
Okay, so I guess we're
I
telling
think.
stories.
Yeah, that's basically what we're
Well,
doing.
it's not much of a story
It's
because it's
sharing
like,
ideas and telling stories.
then that's what we're doing.
That's what it is.
There is some impulse inside that says, I should share with. We are. I had a friend over before who was very much into the idea of the fact that we have a communal impulse,
Yeah. Hmm.
and hence the word share.
Yeah.
That we need to. There's something internal to us that says, yeah, somebody else, Joe might like to see this.
Right.
Wait till I tell Joe.
Yeah. You
You
could
know.
even describe it a little more viscerally by saying there's something inside you going, let me out.
Let me out!
Some people feel that way where it's like, this new age of putting yourself on camera and, all the world being a stage, for all these people to have their own spotlight. It's like people require that attention. Some people get so addicted to the allure of it that it's like, I need to be out there. I need to produce something.
Isn't this the whole media thing where people put their whole lives every day of what they're doing?
Right.
Today
Yeah.
I'm doing this. Today I'm doing that.
I recently saw some stuff about the first documented vlogs, like video blogs, or like live streams of people's lives and stuff like that were like early 2000s when this stuff was just becoming popular. And I found it utterly fascinating.
Is it?
But I found it fascinating because it was the first of its kind.
Okay.
I don't really find it as fascinating anymore. The 24-hour, this is my life kind of thing.
No.
I like people documenting. I like to watch people documenting the thing that they're really interested in.
Yes.
Them participating in the thing they're really interested in.
Yes. Not I went to class today and that professor is an idiot.
Right. There's people on like live streaming services that will record themselves doing whatever. There's a live stream, I don't know if it's still going on, but this girl live streams herself just sleeping. And there's people that watch and donate money because they find it so, whatever they find it, interesting or appealing.
But there was a movie, I think with Jim Carrey, in which the whole world watched him.
Oh yeah.
Go through his
The
life.
Truman Show.
The Truman Show.
And that came out long before any of this
know.
was like the internet thing was the thing. Like that was,
I guess
that was just about live TV.
Right. And people wanted, it's not like he was doing anything.
Right. And that was torture for him. Now people are willingly subjecting themselves to Truman Show like
Yes.
What am I trying to say? Truman
I don't
Show
even know what I'm
like
trying to say.
qualities of life, basically. Just for whatever reason. I mean, it could be argued that that's kind of what we're doing here, but at the same time,
did you hear a sound?
What?
That way.
No.
I'm just trying to get up. I'm trying to get into the mood of Halloween,
Oh.
where there's just false hysteria everywhere. Did you hear that? I like Halloween, so
Halloween's great.
I like to scare the shit out of myself. Have I just derailed this for any reason?
No, go ahead.
Doesn't
matter. Who cares?
I was watching some documentary on AI stuff,
Sure.
and which I actually know a fair amount about,
Hmm.
but I didn't realize what the balance of focal points are.
Okay.
Most of it comes down to processing of some kind of language.
Okay.
I mean, they have words like large language model and all that, but it's statistically predicting the next thing
Hmm.
given the prior thing,
Right.
right?
Sure. Using
And
using logic to make
using logic,
guesses.
using statistics on
The
what has
world.
occurred before,
Right. Right.
probability wise,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just make it. And it's wrong a lot.
Right.
Hence, that's why type ahead gets it right sometimes and not.
But then through the process of being wrong, it learns how to move forward. It's exactly raising a child.
Yes, it
It
is.
feels exactly like the if you were raising a child, if you gave birth to a computer,
Mhm.
and we are now collectively as a world of technology users nursing this thing into becoming
Yes,
something that surpasses us.
while simultaneously being terrified of it
Right.
and simultaneously wanting more and more and more.
I would be afraid
Over.
of my kid.
I would be
Absolutely.
afraid of your kid too.
Yeah, you
I
should be.
mean, yeah,
It's one of those things. I have
Johnny, put that machete down.
I have deep visceral anxiety, and when I think about anything, I think about the dangers of it first. Whether or not that stops me from doing the thing is whatever.
I think that's a healthy survival impulse.
Sure. The
Because
problem is when I think about having a kid and I think that kid will maybe kill me one day, as one of the primary thoughts of like, I think to like the Amityville Murder House and like
okay, yes, but
all
you
these
can
other.
think that
Yes.
and also step back on that thought and recognize that that thought is probably not the result of actual probabilities,
Yeah, I'm not
right?
saying that's the real like this is going to happen like,
Okay, right.
but it's one of those things that it's like could you
Could
could,
be.
in D&D terms, you could roll really low with that kid and, all of a sudden fate may have it.
Yes. And well, this is to me this is the topic of what it might be like to try to raise a kid in
Sure.
this in an environment that is also absolutely visibly out of control.
Sure.
How could you possibly arrange to control the things that are happening now or control the child's perception of
Yeah,
what's going on so as to not have it go into one of a million different not good directions
right.
because you're out of control. I mean, a kid gets his or her tablet
Mm,
at 5.
mm,
At that point, the tablet is more important than you are,
right.
right? The tablet is immediacy, and it's and the content that the world promises you can control.
Mm,
You're not paying that much attention.
yeah.
So all of a sudden, it's telling the kid stuff that you're no longer in control of the education process
Hmm. I
in a
mean,
world out of control.
yeah, yeah. It's a lot of variables that lead to just mystery. Oh, we're in unprecedented times,
We are
but
in
I feel like
unprecedented
every
time.
generation experiences the unprecedented growth of what's happening around it. What I
Yeah,
heard, something I heard recently, which I'm gonna put into our
into our pipe.
funnel into the topics that we like to try and stick to.
Yes.
Something that I heard recently, I believe it was Hank Green, who's like an internet brainiac. He's been on YouTube since YouTube was like the beginning of YouTube in like
Okay.
2005 maybe, and I could be wrong about that, but he's been on the internet for a long, long time, and he studies the world deeply
Hmm.
and has a great understanding of a lot of aspects of the world.
Okay.
And he said recently that he has to remind himself more often than not that there are people all over the world that are working on solutions to the things that you are afraid of right now and all the time. There is nothing that you are
Hmm.
on a worldly scale, such as
Yeah.
AI being terrifying,
Yes. Yeah.
living in unprecedented times and raising a child, blah blah blah. There are people out there that feel the same way.
I'm trying. I understand the point. I'm trying to find its personal value for me
I'm just saying,
because
when it comes to worldly
they may be
fears,
working on it, but will
whether or
they
not
get? Will they solve it in any kind of time frame? Because as we have discussed in prior times, things are going way too fast.
too fast, but also fast enough to have these ideas be shared with one another before they can like write and publish a book about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Okay.
somebody could easily just comment on a video on YouTube that is about a subject that you maybe are fearful of, that could ease your mind a little bit, as opposed to like waiting for somebody that has deeply studied this thing to publish their fully well-rounded thoughts from the last
Right.
30 years of
Right.
studying it. There's a person that could be like, oh well, here's my perspective, and you could be like, oh, I didn't think about it that way.
Wow. Phew. That
How
was.
nice. You know what I mean?
It's
in
true.
in that way, the sharing of information and our personal thoughts and everything has a big leg up
Yeah.
on the way that it.
On formal, studied, in-depth analysis.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It's easier now to share your one aspect of an idea that can make a world of difference to somebody
Mm.
else or many other people. You know, like this video that I watched that he said this in, that instilled this idea in my mind, was only 5 minutes long. So, I mean, in that
Okay.
way, he has this platform where a lot of people look to him for in-depth information that is then, not to downplay it, but regurgitated in such a way
Hmm.
that is, processed and uh, digestible for the layman.
The idea of burping up ideas
Yeah,
and bouncing them off another semi-conscious mind,
right.
right, is I think is very it's important. It's strong.
It speaks
It's
to
a strong.
it speaks to your point before about our need to be communal.
I keep thinking I'm relating this to when I was in computers. There was a groundswell, a change of how you were supposed to do things.
Mm.
You were supposed to, and I've already forgotten it because thank God I've purged most of that. But if I might turn to my dear wife, what was it that everybody constantly said that they were? I've lost the phrase. The importance of meeting every single day and having goals every single day and having uh, yes, and having I had to read book Scrum.
Scrum.
Scrum, SCRUM. No, no, no. Okay, but this is a whole.
I've never heard
I
that word.
I understand, and it's kind of out of context.
Is it a real English word or is it an acronym?
It's actually a British word that has to do with playing soccer or something like that. But wait a
Huh.
minute, a quick uh,
Give it a search.
Scrum. I found this to be, while it's being tremendously misused,
Okay.
because everybody, what is Scrum? A guide to the popular project management, right? And without going into the details about what one writer or another writer said,
Mm.
the idea that things should be looked at very early and attempts at going in a direction that possibly the most important thing is minute self corrections
Mm.
constantly,
Hmm.
right? Where in the
Hyper management.
it's kind of you could say hyper management. It's the idea that it used to be what they called the waterfall method. You
Okay.
wrote up a plan and then you followed the plan and then you got to some point and then somebody stepped in and go, that's not at all what I meant,
Mm.
but
Hmm.
that's what you said. And then we have to start over again. Daily course corrections is part of this concept.
Yeah, there's a lot of um
Agile. That's what it's called. Agile.
Agile.
Yeah, agile is the agile framework
Okay.
is one in which you meet every day,
Uh-huh.
and there has to be a list, and
I
there
guess
has to
that.
be a small, really small, I'm going to do this. Did I get to do it? You know,
Hmm.
just barely motion. I intend to put 1 foot forward.
Right.
Did I do it? Like that kind of. And I thought, forgetting about computers entirely,
Hmm.
that this was a very important idea.
Yeah.
Feedback on whatever it is that you're trying to do.
Right. Absolutely. And
You
that's
know,
where the importance of being wrong comes into play,
being wrong.
which is what is, bringing it back to AI, which is what AI is doing. If you
Hmm.
tell it why it was wrong,
Yeah,
it
it'll incorporate that.
right, exactly. It's cool. It's
You
pretty
know,
interesting.
yes, but not this path,
Right.
because that path they wound up labeling it hallucination.
Yeah, right.
Right. So
Pretty cool. Well, that's
but
something I've never heard of, Scrum and all that.
Scrum and Agile. First, it was Agile, I think,
It's an
and
appropriate word. It makes sense
yeah,
because I'm thinking about, everything, all the ideas being in motion, if you're thinking about it like metaphorically,
yes,
what agile could be
you should be correcting constantly.
constantly. It's constant movement.
That would be Agile, right?
Right.
The balance. Oh, the balance. I've corrected it. Okay.
It's cool.
Swimming. Oh yeah, yes. We had an
You have an
episode.
example?
We have a perfect example.
Perfect.
There's a giant blue plastic swimming pool that was in the garage up in the loft.
Mhm.
And I came into here and I said, I want to be able to put this there.
Yeah.
And Jackie said, no. And me expecting that she would say no, I just went off. I turned around, right? Without a word. Okay, another no from the missus. What am I
Yeah.
going to do?
Right.
Right? And we found out a little bit later, because I re asked the question gently, well, but why? She said, I don't want that in the middle of my living room.
Oh.
I meant on the other side of the house.
Yeah.
I pointed right there.
Right.
And she, holy shit. So it's gone now and it's on the other side of the house.
Right.
Right? But how badly you can go awry.
Yeah.
How the fucking plane could just take a nosedive for no reason.
You need Scrum, man.
Yeah. Why? What did you mean?
Is Scrum
was
a
you-
noun?
I will read to you what Scrum is.
Scrum is
An idea grabbed from some
I just want to know how to use
British
it.
sport.
Like,
There's
is it?
I had to read a whole book called Scrum.
But
I almost took a course in Scrum and got certified.
So then surely you could tell me if it's a verb or a noun.
Don't call me Shirley.
I'm looking it up, and don't call me Shirley.
I just don't remember because I've purged this.
Yeah.
This is no longer useful information. Before we answer the question, what is Scrum? Okay, forget it because
Just
I
say,
want to answer.
Is Scrum a verb or a noun? Type that in.
Think of Scrum as a way of getting work done as a team in small pieces at a time, with continuous experimentation and feedback loops along the way to learn and improve as you go. Okay?
Scrum can function as both a noun and a verb, though it is most commonly used as a noun.
Yeah.
To have Scrum.
Yes, but
This meeting has a lot of Scrum.
they never say that.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't say, we got a Scrum today.
You might.
Anyway, Scrum is new to me, so thank you for teaching me about that.
Okay, but I like the idea of shortening the feedback loop,
Yeah.
right? That's I've always been interested in mechanisms for education,
Yeah.
right? And what was his name? The poor guy who Skinner. He wrote a whole thing on educational technology, and to teach you what he was talking about, he used the technique.
Okay.
Right? And it had a lot of feedback. It was like he would use a term, and then rather than go through more paragraphs, you would immediately be tested on the term. What is?
I mean,
what is this?
It's like a pop quiz in school.
It's a pop quiz,
Yeah.
but it's a frequent pop quiz.
Yeah.
Are you really learning what I'm saying?
That's what I mean. Like instead of, having a test at the end of the semester.
Uh-huh.
There's a quiz at the
At,
end of the week.
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day
Scrum in
Right.
computers
is end
done
of the
day
day.
every day.
Right,
Every
right,
day.
right.
And everybody hates it. Everybody goes,
Have you ever studied something so much that you began to understand it less? I'll tell you why I ask.
if I could modify that by saying that as I studied it, I recognized how little I know.
Sure,
Is that the same thing as what you said?
kind of. It's not the direct point I was making,
Right.
but it is similar.
Oh.
There's a man. There was a man whose name was Stephen Jay Gould
Okay.
that you may have heard of.
I've heard of.
He was an evolutionary biologist.
Okay.
And I'm paraphrasing, but he was quoted saying, he studied fish for many, many years, and what he's concluded is that there's no such thing as a fish. Because basically, a fish is like a term, like an umbrella term for, things underwater, living things underwater, basically. But like nothing down there, every individual living thing down there is not classified as fish.
No,
It's classified as
absolutely
something
not.
very specific.
Yes.
So he is basically like, yes, I'm very knowledgeable on the topic of fish and aquatic life, and I can tell you that fish is a made up idea.
Okay, yeah. Every word, this is why we come back to the AI
Yeah,
and language.
right.
Everything that we utter
Yeah,
is an attempt to communicate.
right.
If we have no agreement on any place, we're not communicating at all. We're making no sense.
Yeah.
So generalities
Hmm.
agreed upon explicitly or implicitly by people
Mhm.
are how we manage to go through our day.
Right.
If we both decide that this is a motorcycle,
Mm.
then I can say to you, can you please hand me the motorcycle?
Mhm.
And I'll do it.
Yeah.
Right? Those made up ideas are for the purpose of communication. Every single word that I've run into can be said to have a list of attributes associated with it.
Mhm.
And if an unknown thing adheres to the majority of those attributes, it
Mhm.
is that thing.
Yeah,
Well, this is not a motorcycle because we all agree that motorcycles have wheels,
sure.
right?
At
So,
least.
at least, right? So,
when
and
I
don't taste good when you drink them.
no, depending on your taste. To
Depending-
you and I, not our favorite kind of thing.
Yeah, but I can see the point about fish.
Yeah. I thought about it, I equated it to art as well. I think art is one of those terms too, where like when people say
What's a
what
mess?
is
What
art,
is art?
it's really hard to describe because there is no specific thing. I've been thinking of art lately as just making something out of nothing. I think it takes an artistic nature to successfully do that. Even if you don't intend on making it an artistic endeavor, like cooking.
Okay.
Having nothing on your plate and then going and making something that you could then put on your plate and eat.
If I'm going to be devil's advocate here,
Please.
only because it's my only way of testing whether something makes sense to me or not.
Yeah.
Making something out of nothing.
Mhm.
You can't do that. Nothing.
I see. Replacing nothing with something maybe is a better way to say it.
Okay. Something. Do we not need the idea of something new, or something new to the creator?
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm throwing.
No,
this
you're
out.
100% right. When you think of literally making something out of that would be magic. That would be making something appear
Mm-hmm.
that was not there. I mean,
great man said,
yeah.
I have seen far because I have stood on the shoulders of giants.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Every fucking high-pitched physicist
Yeah.
relied on the massive thinking of other physicists
Mhm.
and discoveries. Nobody ever starts from nothing.
Right.
Nothing. So But still, that increment in, I don't know, we call it creativity, that
Sure.
increment, that advance is a new way of pulling together stuff that is old,
Yeah.
basically.
It again brings it back to what your friend said this morning about human life being communal.
Mm,
Life's a multiplayer game. You can only get so far by yourself before you need
mhm.
something that somebody else did or does or contributes to your life in some other
Yeah,
way or to the world around you. Because like you didn't invent the couch that you wanted to sit
I
down on.
didn't.
Man, I need to sit down, and I would really like to sit on
Wait,
something comfortable.
there, yeah.
And luckily, somebody 1,000 years ago came up with a cushiony seat
Hmm.
that you can then, you know what I mean. But before them, they wanted a cushiony seat, and maybe they needed to make it, and they, well, thank God, cotton's around, or
But it's still worth bouncing your brain against the idea of what is art, even though you may accept the idea that you're not going to come to a satisfying conclusion,
mhm,
right? The journey of attempting what is art. I will ask myself that over and over again.
yeah,
I ask myself over and over again, what is life?
mhm,
Because I was taught that in biology, it is alive if it has 5 or 6 specific characteristics.
sure,
Done.
right.
Well, okay.
That's like it's
Okay,
a different
that's
definition of life.
okay. Yeah, I mean,
When you ask what is life, I feel like there are a couple different ways you could take the question.
yeah,
There's like the physical, or
academically.
you're right.
That's an academic answer.
There's like a physical, organic manifestation of that idea,
Mhm.
and then there's the metaphysical, which is like the purpose of.
And then there's the idea that it's a list of attributes that has nothing to do with a biological concept,
Right.
hence AI,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Bingo.
It's like they are.
Hmm. Hmm.
Show me where this is not life.
Right.
So, where have we gotten ourselves? Have we backed ourselves into a corner
No,
like
I
usual?
think it's actually kind of interesting how since the beginning of our conversation today, it's been all about community and sharing and the importance of sharing ideas and everything like that,
Sharing ideas. Yep.
and how you can't really get anywhere without it.
I want to hear about your saying.
That was the saying. There's no such thing as fish. It was more of a quote. That
Oh,
was it
okay,
was more of a
okay,
quote.
okay.
But then my what's new, something that I've
Yeah, we did.
newly incorporated into my life. I have a newfound appreciation for music that is so incredibly fast that it can boggle the mind. I've been listening to music called hyperpop lately,
You gotta share.
which
Maybe not on the air, but you gotta share.
yeah, I'll play you just
You are my music guru.
See, these are things that you learn from me because you're
Yes,
interested in music
yes.
and different kinds of it, and
And the language that is applied to music. You have given me chart breaking down. How do
yeah,
we get to this? What the hell is techno? You
I
know.
know it's crazy. This hyper pop music it's broad. It's like fish. There are things about it where when you hear these elements, you can unmistakably be like, all right, this falls into that category.
Okay.
And they are high BPM, so like
Beats per minute.
yeah,
Yes.
like just fast.
Okay.
Um, More often than not, electronic.
Okay.
So like not a lot of analog. You're not going to hear like an acoustic guitar being played really with anything like this. They're often produced electronically, so
Hmm.
like using MIDI controllers and keyboards. And
I own a song that I wanted to ask you how this would be classified or categorized.
mhm,
Um, and I have to. It'll come back to me what the. It's just got the most unusual hypnotic element that I have ever heard.
yeah,
Um,
you know what? Music and fish are very similar in that what is classified as music is just so unpredictably broad.
it's endless. It's endless.
And then the genres within. I mean, the the kinds of music that are out there is just intense, frankly. Anyway, here's a quick.
I want to hear this super speed.
Yeah, here, this is the first song I had ever heard in the hyperpop area. It's called Sugar Crash. It's interesting.
I like
So
that.
it usually more elements that are included in that kind of hyperpop genre, whatever it may be. Heavily modified vocals. So singing, but usually very digitally modified to either be pitched upwards or downwards or unnaturally so in some way.
Made me think of the modern Japanese music,
Yeah,
girl group music,
like K-pop and all that.
like K-pop.
Right.
Yes,
So
which is not Japanese. We know.
no.
We
Yes,
know.
but there is J-pop as well, and that is the same kind of thing. They're in the same pipeline
And
of
they-
like
and they
when
will-
you hear this kind of music, it is like Asian pop, the Eastern pop.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and it
There's 9 plus
simultaneously
members.
is fascinating and sets my teeth on edge.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I go on sort of trips into K-pop and J-pop and stuff like that every now and then, where I become utterly fascinated for 2 hours.
Okay.
And,
No, I
and
get it.
go deep into it for a little bit before my senses, all of them, are like, you need to move on. Like I will sit there and study it and be like, okay, there's 12 members in this group, but 4 of these members make up a different group that has a similar name to the main group. And then they make their own albums and they go on their own tours, but they're all part of this larger group.
Holy shit.
And it just looks more like a business at the end of the day.
Well, it is.
I mean, that's all it is. Like it
is.
it's I feel like it's not really hiding itself very well as just being a corporate
Oh,
tool.
okay. Yes. Which makes me want to ask, I haven't heard anything about AI music. But I sooner or later I'm going to have to find out what that sounds like.
I've told you a little bit. I told you I got tricked by a playlist online of music that was created by AI.
Okay.
Somebody programmed AI.
But did they create the music or did they select the pieces? When you say you make a playlist, I'm an old
A
guy.
playlist is just a collection of songs that
Right.
are not an album. It's just a bunch of songs in one little group
Okay.
from all over the place.
Did the AI select the members of the group or did it make the members of the group?
Like the songs?
Yes.
I believe it programmed the songs.
Oh,
to my
okay.
understanding,
More
I can't speak to it being exactly the truth, but to my understanding, what this appeared to be was somebody made a profile online that had a bunch of songs on it that were programmed and then exported.
Okay.
Like somebody basically put into an AI thing like, make me a song that is 2.5 minutes long
Okay.
and includes the following attributes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the song was made, and they did that 30 more times, and then had a bunch of songs that sound like they were created by somebody that knows how to make music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the argument could be put forward, if you're programming something to make music happen, aren't you making music?
I think it's a damn good question.
It's a complicated question.
It's a damn good question.
Because technically, yes, a person programmed this, unless they said to AI, they programmed, okay, make me a program that programs AI to make music. You know what I mean? But it's still coming from a person, the idea of that. So then is it still man-made?
Is it still music?
What a horrible, dizzying world we've found ourselves in, huh? I deal with this a lot because I do art for a living. I do tattoos.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And there are people that I'm aware of that don't draw their tattoo
Right.
material that they
Okay.
then tattoo on people.
Do you look down on them?
not doing that. She just asked, what do you mean they don't draw? I mean, when somebody comes up to them and says, I would like a butterfly on a flower tattooed on my arm, they will then go into an AI program and say, show me a tattooable design that is a butterfly on a flower. And then bingo.
Is it?
So I think that is cheating. I think that is uh, forced imagination, forced creativity, fronted. I think if you can't come up with the ideas yourself, you shouldn't do it. And that's
Okay.
gatekeepy in a way,
All right.
because
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
also hypocritical, because there are times, well, not necessarily hypocritical, there are times where people come up to you and they say, I want exactly this idea tattooed on me, and I'll say, okay, and I'll do that tattoo.
Okay.
But I think the difference is I'm not publicizing it necessarily as my own idea. This is just a tattoo that I made.
This differentiation makes me think of the difference between when they talk about an artist and a craftsman.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
You
You're a
know,
designer.
right.
There's a different term for it at that point. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like you can make a tattoo, but you're not a drawer. You're not an
You're not a
artist
drum.
in that way. You are
Mm-hmm.
a tattooist. And you have created a tattoo by putting ink on a needle on a machine, and then putting that ink into the skin via the machine. The stencil was created by the design that was made by something else, and you put that into the skin, making you the tattoo artist, making you the
Okay.
tattooer. But you did not design the tattoo. The tattoo was made by either somebody else or a computer, which doesn't make you an artist.
Uh,
You are now a tattooist who
yes.
takes ideas from artists and then puts them on people.
If I am if I am a 3D printer professional,
Right.
and I get the printer to print me um, Michelangelo's David this
Yeah, yeah.
big,
Right.
am I an artist?
I would say no.
I would say no too, but I'm not.
I would say you're a programmer. At that point, you got the computer to do the thing you wanted to do. You are an amateur programmer. You did it. You could be an artistic programmer. It takes a
Mhm.
little bit of creativity to copy and mimic something that was done by somebody else and do it in a new medium. I
Yes,
agree that
I
that
would say
takes
that's true.
its own kind of creativity and artistry.
2 words in there: creativity and art.
And art,
Those are like
you're
and
you're
then
it's fabricating. It's making something out of other stuff.
mhm.
And at this point, ideas are becoming an element that you can smash together to make into other things. Other people's ideas can be used
Okay.
to make this new idea. Hey, you've never done this on this medium before, but that doesn't necessarily
Just
make you.
bringing this context.
Yeah.
We knew a guy, Larry, who was a very good artist.
Mm.
He would paint a picture, right? And I would go, "Wow, you're a good artist." And he would say, "I painted this picture 100 times.
Hmm.
I put all the canvases out in 100 because they were willing to buy 100 of this."
Okay.
And he would just
Wow.
clouds.
Yeah. Sure.
What the hell was that? Is
What do you
this
mean?
guy an artist? I don't know. I mean,
He's doing them all by hand.
was doing them all by hand, repetitively.
Were they
They were
copies of
essentially.
something else?
I don't know where the original was. Could be sitting in the Louvre. It could have been. He could have vomited on the canvas. I don't know.
I'm
But
saying, did it come from his mind onto a canvas, or was he copying work done by somebody else?
I don't know.
Okay.
Unknown.
Because
Unknown.
there are a lot of people out there that will take credit for other people's work if that person's work is no longer alive,
Oh,
or
sure.
if that person's work, or if the person that created the original work is no longer alive, or if they don't run in the same social circles as these other
Mhm.
people, or they're on the other part of the world, or they're in the next room and can't hear you.
They've. This is right. They have institutionalized these concepts of what is yours and how long is it yours
For sure.
in legally.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, like somebody, you have a copyright on this for 7 years,
Right.
after which it's in the public domain.
Public domain.
Public
Right.
domain.
Yeah, I mean that speaks again to just the concept of art in general. The ability to create something on an artistic medium.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I could paint. Look, I painted the Mona Lisa. It's
Right.
like, cool, man, that looks great. You weren't the first one to do it.
No.
Does that not mean that I'm a good artist because I was able to create this painting that everybody loves? You know what I mean?
There is the sticking point where my brain says, yes, you are an artist. No, you are not creative.
Boom. But is creativity necessary in order for something to be art?
I don't think so.
Cool.
I don't think so. You do?
And
Why?
there you go. There's the dichotomy.
There's we
There's the-
have a debate.
That's
you know?
the dichotomy. That's it. And it'll happen forever and ever and ever until everybody dies. That that conversation will happen on anytime there's more than 3 people in a room. If a subject like that comes up and one person disagrees, they'll have a million reasons why.
But when there are only 2 people left in the world because of the apocalypse,
You better hope they agree with each other.
right? And one looks
Or there's only
looks
gonna
at
be-
them and says, creativity and art are the same thing. And the other one goes, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That resolves the problem.
That's great.
Forever.
That's right.
Right?
As long as there are only 2 people that
Only
agree
2
with each other
people.
wholeheartedly,
Done.
there are no more problems.
There are no more problems.
And if one person in the 2 people disagrees, then there will only be one more person left on the planet because they're not going to be able to stop themselves from killing the other person.
That's right. The 2 will kill the one.
That's just what
until
happens. And then there will be no more problems until this person's like, man,
Until they
there's
procreate.
there's nobody else around
Mhm.
for me to share my ideas with. I'm going to kill myself.
And then there won't be any
And then
art
there won't be
or
any more
creativity.
problems.
The end of the universe.
There will be no more problems for humanity once there is no more humanity, and that's just the truth. How could it be?
I looked up this and I realized you probably know it already.
Tell me the song.
Never mind.
Okay, then don't tell me.
Who's on first?
Nevermind is the name of the song. Is it by Nirvana? That's an album by Nirvana. Nevermind. Who's it by?
Dennis Lloyd.
Okay, I don't know.
Listen.
Oh,
Listen to this for 1 minute.
it's heavily modified.
Yeah, something's going on weird in there.
It's either so with stuff like that, it's hard to tell, but it's either sampled, which is to say stolen, or repurposed from
Repurposed.
from a
I'm
different.
not stealing this. I'm repurposing
Well,
it.
because there is a difference. Because some people sample other people's songs, like parts of other people's songs, for their own song with permission, and that would
Okay.
be sampling, which is another
Oh,
word for
okay, yes.
repurposing.
Got it.
Sometimes those samples are repeated end over end because one chunk of the song sounds really good, and certain genres of music use one chunk of a song over and over again
And that's enough.
because the repetition just feels nice in the brain.
Mm-hmm. This is a feels nice in the
This is
brain.
a feels nice in the brain version of that.
Mhm.
Where you could also say like Daft Punk's One More Time.
Oh, I love,
One
yes.
more time.
I
I'm gonna
love
tell.
that
That
song.
repeats over and over and over
I
again.
love that
It's
song.
fantastic. It's one of the best. That is a perfect example of that kind of genre of music, which is often called dance music, or,
Hmm.
I mean, even it's all under the umbrella of like pop music,
Yes.
which is where you get to hyper pop, which is that, but 4 times as fast, and like in your face. It's very fast and
It's
and
very, very fast.
upbeat and loud a lot of the time, but there will also be aspects of it that are repetitious because it just scratches an itch.
There's not many lyrics,
No, that's what I mean.
but
It's more about the melody. It's using the vocals as a tool, as an instrument.
if if I left and it made no sense, and they told your friends and they held your hands,
Mhm.
that's the lyric.
That's it. And that's basically the whole song. So that could be either recorded and then chopped up specifically for this song,
Hmm.
or it could have been a full length song that actually has like
Mm.
a resolution to
Oh
that
yes,
line.
yeah.
It could have been a full song and then taken from that song and then chopped up because they're like, "Ooh, I like the way this sounds."
Hmm. There's more. That wasn't all the lyrics,
Yeah, yeah.
but there's much less.
But it's not typically how a song would go. You
Mm-mm.
wouldn't have a phrase like "if I left and
And
it
it
made
made
no
no
sense,"
sense.
blah blah blah, and then not have the resolution
Yes,
and then continue the song.
yes.
That's purposeful because the melody feels good.
We've tossed around the debate about whether things need a part B.
Yeah,
All right,
we have
that
tossed it around, and I think because I grew up with music like Daft Punk and
you would
things.
say no.
Yeah, I say it's not necessary.
No, it's not necessary. No.
Or does music require there to be lyrics? That's another debate that we have all the time.
Yes.
Because I say no.
No, well, no, well, that was not the debate. There's a song.
There's a song. And I say
That
no.
And to me, it's intrinsic. Song means lyric.
I
Right?
disagree with you.
As you
And
once said to me when I said, okay.
There are decades.
Right?
There are
Are you going to get him
decades.
back or what?
There's
Yeah, good.
decades of instrumental jazz music behind me to prove you wrong. This is a perfect Sherlock Holmes moment for you where I equate the act
I
of...
know a lot of jazz.
No, I'm saying I equate the act of taking a hit from your pipe as you processing a thought.
I am processing a thought. That's exactly what's happening. I can't attest to whether or not the names of different jazz, I have to say, I use the word song right there, are recognized in the media as songs or instrumentals. Can you give me an example?
Pieces.
Or pieces?
Yeah, sure. Do you know the theme song for Charlie Brown? Do 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 do.
Of course.
Do do ba 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 ba
Ba, ba.
It's a theme song.
Yes.
It's a song.
Okay. But I am distracted by the necessary addition of the term theme.
Theme, sure.
Can we just
But,
give me a non-theme song?
Yes.
Oh, here. It's simple.
Go ahead.
Take 5.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. Yep.
There's no words in that.
Yeah. That's a song, isn't it?
Is this a song? I never thought of it.
I don't know if we are repeating ourselves on the show or not, but I can remember Googling.
If we repeat ourselves in life, then we can repeat ourselves on the show.
If we can repeat ourselves in life,
if you don't like it, fucking don't listen.
If we repeat ourselves in life, then we're human. Does a song have to have words?
I'm sure it says no. I'm sure you're right.
No, a song does not have to have words. Instrumental music can also be considered a song, though a strict definition of a song might require lyrics.
See, well then,
a strict definition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we feeling strict today? Where's my leather?
While a
Where's my
song
lighting crop?
can be understood as a short poem or other set of words set to music, the definition is broadened over time.
Again,
So I
the
think
words.
I think definition being broadened over time can explain the uh, appeal of listening to us talk about anything. You talking about a concept and then me talking about the same concept is exactly that idea. Definition broadened over time.
Broadened over time. Well, a definition is allowed to be broadened over time.
Right.
So
It doesn't
I
make
have
you
to.
wrong.
It doesn't make me wrong from some historical viewpoint.
Right.
From some academic viewpoint.
Which could be another name for this show.
Yeah.
A historical viewpoint.
Yeah, wouldn't it be an historical viewpoint? I never knew about that. I was always wondering.
And there is where we'll cut it.
Okay.
We started this thinking, man, this will be maybe a half-hour show. We're 15 minutes over what we usually do.
Oh my God. Okay. Yak, 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 babble, babble.
Yak,
It's
yak,
been
yak.
tremendous fun.
Oh, by the way, this is the weekly revelation, and thanks for watching. There's our introduction, our introductory outro. We appreciate you being here, if you were here at all, and if we are.
Arrivederci Roma.